speak and the message to just dance. Tonight, we would like you to join our class on some fast blues inspiration, James Brown inspiration, but it was initially it was inspired by the fact that I was trying to come up with a class on the center, on the role of the center in blues and how can you use the center to start different movements, and so that the quality of your dance is better. We will start with a small warm-up, and after the warm-up we'll go with the choreography. If you feel like making any comments, asking questions, please do so in the comments. Of course, after the class, you can send me a video of you dancing the choreography or with some questions, and I will be happy to respond. So let's start with a warm-up. in our choreography is grind, and we want to start the grind with our center. So first, we have to feel our center, which is in here, and we want the center to lift our leg. The difference between when I'm just lifting my leg with my muscles, like this, let's try together. These are now these muscles that lift my leg, and the belly lifting my leg. When I'm relaxing my knees and I use the center to lift the leg. So it's like an in. It's a feeling as if someone just hit me in here, in my belly, and then I use the center to collect and to release. From the back, I'm on my left, and I'm inhaling, exhaling on my relaxed knees, and then I use my center to lift my leg and to relax. And then again, on the right, and release, and release, and release. Now, we want to add a round movement so that my hip bone comes from here to there, and here, and again. So the movement is round. Let's try from the top. Let's breathe first, relax. I'm on my left, and we're gonna go 1, 2, 1, 2, ha, 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 ha. And from the side, in here, relax, and then using your center, I'm gonna go ha, 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 ha. And now we will speed it up a little bit. So we want to use 1, 2, 1, 2, and it's going to look like this. Relax, 5, 6, 7, and slow, slow, ha, ha, ha. Again, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and slow, slow, ha, 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 slow, slow, ha, ha, ha. If you're out of space, you can also do it on the spot. You don't have to travel that much, but the important thing is to also use your arms and dance with your whole body so that the arms are not just in here, but that the arms also use the space. So we will repeat it twice. It's going to be slow, and then 3 faster beats, and then slow, slow, and then 3 faster beats again. Let me show you with the music. So we repeat it twice, and we go slow, slow, quick, 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 slow, slow, quick, quick, quick. And then we start going back with a fish relax our hips. And again, it would be great if we could send it from our center. So our step will be small, but there will be a lot of hip movement, send from the center. When we send our movement, when we start our movement in the center, then both the hip can continue and the upper body. Okay? And again, we'll go slow, slow, quick, 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 slow, slow, quick, quick, quick. So we were here, and with our right, we're gonna start with a fishtail to the back. Ha, ha, dum, ha, ha, dum, da, da. The whole thing is gonna look like this from the top. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and the slow, slow, quick, 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 slow, slow, quick, 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 slow, slow, quick, 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 slow, slow, and quick, quick, quick. So let's try those two movements from the top. Once again. Quick, quick, quick. Ha, ha, ha. Quick, quick, quick. Ha, ha, ha. Whoops. All right. If you have, at any point in the choreography, if you have other ideas than what I'm presenting, feel free to change it. My idea of choreographies is to just give you some inspiration, but if you feel that there is another movement that fits better, just use it. So, for example, if in here you don't have enough time or you don't feel that this is a movement that fits, then you can just go with a camel walk or a basic step to the back. It's up to you. Okay, so two following important movements that come from our center towards the leg, but not only are gonna look like this. We were here, ha, ha, quick, 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 ha, ha, dum, dum, dum. And we finished on our left. Now with the right leg, we're just gonna send our hip round from the center. So what happens in here is, again, we need to be in a relaxed position and we need to let it go. How you can feel that the movement is correct or not? You can correct in terms of using your center, because it's always correct the way you feel it, right? So with my hand in here, I can feel that my belly muscles are working and that they're sending the hip. So the difference would be, let's try the difference. If I'm only using my legs, then this is the movement that I'm. If I'm only using the hip, then this is the movement that I'm producing. But if I'm using my center to inspire the lower part of my body, it's going to be impulse, relax, impulse, relax, impulse, relax, impulse, relax. Okay? So let's try together. You can always check it by putting your hand in here. And just feel free to put your leg in here as heavy as it is, relaxed, and then send the movement from the center. So one of the major rules in blues, as you know, is the first there's a signal and then there's a relaxation. So don't try to be tense the whole time. Try to just release. The signal and release. Then when your body is relaxed, it's going to just naturally feel. Okay, so we were in here on our left and we go 1 and 2. So we've got 2 circles in here. And then we shift our weight. Overcome the technical issues. Can you see me again? Can you hear me? Can you give us a comment if you can hear me? Please let us know if we can continue with the class. Yes?
Ktoś pisze, że wróciło, słychać i widać. Także
No dobra, to leć.
Alright, okay, great. So let's move on. So let's start from the, let's maybe do once again the last part, because I'm not sure what you've seen and what you haven't. So we were with the 2 round movements and 3 sharp hip movements. It was ha, ha, and ha, ha, ha. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and ha, 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 ha. Let's try it with the music from the top. Our upper body movement to put the accents at the end of the phrase. We need some isolations here. So we have our right arm, left arm, front, front, back, back, and the wave. Again, from a different angle, front, front, back, back, and the wave. I think with the arms it should be pretty easy because we're just giving an accent to the front and to the back, and it's the same with the other one. But with the wave, it's a point of starting here, so you have a feeling that someone is pulling your chest a bit in front, and then you release to the back. Okay, so just maybe you can even try with your t-shirt or whatever. So someone is pulling your chest, and then you relax. Okay, 5, 6, 7, and pull and relax. And of course, with the music, it's going to be faster. But again, it's very important to just give it an impulse and relax. Otherwise, you will struggle with the fast music. So to put the ending of the phrase together, let's do it from this movement. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and around, round, hip, 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 front, front, back, back, and the wave. Again, 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and relax, relax, sharp. Upper body. Front, back, way. Alright. We will go on with a movement that is entirely generated by your center. You can't skip it, you can't commit it, even if you want to. So we need to relax. Again, inhale, exhale, be on relaxed knees. And then we also relax our hips. And now we remember the pendulum that we have in blues, how our hips are sometimes helping us in our movement, in our turns. But now this is going to be a hip connected with our center. So if our hip is relaxed to the left, we will go with a round movement to the front and collect. Round movement to the front and collect. Maybe let's try just this movement for a second. So we're in a relaxed position, we relaxed our hip, and then our center sends our hip to the front, collects. Sends to front, collects. My steps are very small, it's all about this movement. Let's try from a different angle. Just breathe. We're here relaxed, our hip is relaxed, and we go from the center and collect. Front, collect, round, front, collect, round, front, collect, and collect. Okay. And now we will try to speed it up a little bit, and this is going to look like this. So again, the rule of impulse and relaxation is there. Maybe let's try from this angle. So we go ha, relax, ha, relax, ha, relax, ha, relax. From a different angle. And impulse, relax, impulse, relax, impulse, relax, impulse, relax. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Ha, 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 ha. And the other side. Ha, 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 ha. Okay? So in our choreography, we're gonna do 3 to the right, 4 to the left. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4. And now if you notice that when you change the shape of your body, what's going to happen is that our right foot, if we go in the right direction, is going to be more relaxed. So if you want to change this figure a little bit by applying the shape, feel free to do it in the next 8. So the first 3 to the right and 4 to the left, we're just staying in a straight position. And then we shift our balance a little bit to the left. When we shift our balance to the left, this is what happens. And when we're trying to do the same movement and relax our feet, this is what is going to happen. Let's try again from a different angle. Breathe, relax. I'm on my knees. I have relaxed hips and I shift my weight a little bit to the left to relax my right foot. And I go to the right 4 times. Ha ha, ha ha, pa pa, pa. And let's try to the left. I'm shifting my balance to the right. So now my left foot is relaxed. Let's try. And I can have that shape if I feel like having it. And I go ha ha, ha ha, ha ha, ha ha. So as you can see, the movement again is generated by the center, but I make sure that at the end I remain in this position and in this shape again to start with a relaxed foot. Let's try the whole thing up to here with the music.
Got your eyes deep alone. Step with you. Got your eyes deep alone. And you're slipping you. You're more than alright. You know you're outside.
Front, back, way.
Gotta shake the feel, mama.
2, 3.
Let's keep you uptight.
And
Shake the feel, mama. Keep me uptight. Too much.
again.
You know you're outside. Got your eyes deep alone. Step with you. Got your eyes deep alone. And you're slipping you. More than alright. You know you're outside. Gotta shake the feel, mama. Let's keep you uptight. Gotta shake the feel, mama. Keep you uptight. Too much. You know you're outside.
If you have any questions up to this point, please leave me a comment so that I can stop and answer them. 1 minute for the questions. In the meantime, to give you some time to think about your questions, I'll repeat the choreography again. Woo! Sorry.
Got your eyes deep alone. Step with you. Got your eyes deep alone. And you're slipping you. You're more than alright. You know you're outside. Gotta shake the feel, mama. Let's keep you uptight. Gotta shake the feel, mama. Keep me uptight. Too much. You know you're outside. Hey, the way you do the thing. Well, you kiss me too.
Różnica między dwoma ostatnimi krokami.
Right, okay. So there was a question about the difference between the last 2 steps. It's a very good question. And the difference is the shape and the leg. So the shape influences our leg. So in the first one, our position was straight, and that means that our arms were above the hips and the hips were above the knees. So when we were doing the movement, it was sent in here, but it was always collected ha ha, to the center. To a straight position. In the second option, it's a variation of this step. We were, again, on our relaxed knees, but we were shifting our balance and our position a little bit to the side so that this leg, if we go to the right, or this leg, if we go to the left, is relaxed. And then the movement can start from the center, but also there can be an accent with the leg. Pam, 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 right? So the major difference is the shape. Other questions?
No questions, just fun and delight.
Yeah.
It's working.
Okay, let's go. So if it's working for you, it's working for me, and I'm sure it's working for Konrad and the pig. So I think we can move on. And all right, the pig is coming. If we don't cover the whole choreography today, it's also fine. We can have another meeting. It's not a problem. I just wanted to devote some time to explain the technique of the movements rather than just going through the choreography. All right, so then we finished here, and we had just a cross step. So it would be like a cross to the side, cross to the side, right? So I'm on my right, and I go on my left and cross, and I go over shape, and I cross, and I go over shape. Maybe from this side right now, I was in here, and I cross, shape, cross, shape, right? Even over there, we have an accent, so we can again use the impulse and the relaxation. We can go like and just release it in the air. The whole movement with our upper body. So for example, my interpretation of this is when we were in here, I go half with a position, and then I go here and I release. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and ha. Hu and ha. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and ha. And ha. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and ha. And ha. And from here, but of course the interpretation of it is up to you. You can change it the way you want to change it. So if you want to be in here, ha, 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 just feel free to do it. If you want to go ha, 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 just whatever fits you, okay? That's your interpretation, your improvisation of the song, so it's gotta be good. In order to end the phrase, we're just gonna need some hip movement. So when we're here, we just collect ha, 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 woo, right? We need to collect our hips over there, and there's an accent at the end of the phrase. So we were here, and I just do a sort of a mess around. I relax my hips, and I collect them. 5, 6, 7, and mess around and collect. So whenever I collect, at the end of the phrase in this choreography, whether it's the hips or the upper body, I try to make a big round movement. Let's try together, because again, you can decide if it's going to be upper body, lower body, hips, whatever fits you. So let's try with the hips first. We were in here, and I'm going to just collect, right? So when I'm collecting my hips, I can do the mess around, and then again use my center to collect, See how the leg is not working here, so how I'm not using my muscles to collect my leg, I'm using my center to collect it. And if I do it with my upper body, again, it will be a round, big movement. So let's try again the lower body and the upper body as an impulse and relaxation. All right, let's try from the top, the whole thing, and we will have a few more movements to cover later. Relax. Whew. Again, from a different angle. We then continue with an apple jacks. Everyone has a different way of doing their apple jacks. Mine is this one, and I like to change it. I like to modify it as any other step. So sometimes I do it small, sometimes I make it big, sometimes I go down this step, sometimes in here within the small one. But the important thing is that you start on the toes of one leg and then slide the other one, so as if you were squeezing a cigarette, and then that you hold the foot so as to just, well, I mean, that's another styling. You can also do it like this if you badly want to. But if you want to squeeze it in a bluesy way, then you need to fill in the time, and then so you need to put the feet on the floor gradually. When I do the apple jacks, in this choreography, I modify it in two ways. One is that I move around with it, and then two is that I release my foot at the end. Well, actually, it's also a quick, slow, so also the rhythm is a bit different than just 1, 1, 1, 1, 1. Let's just start with the quick, slow, without turning around or without moving. So we're in here, I'm on my right, and I'm gonna go quick, slow, quick, slow, quick, slow, quick, slow. So as you can see, the slow is a movement that is squeezed, and it's typically with a straight leg, and it's very grounded, very grounded, so that I use the time on my slow. Again, 5, I'm on my right, 5, 6, 7, 8, quick, slow, quick, slow, quick, slow, quick, slow. So in the choreography, I start with a slow So I'm on my right, and I start with a slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, and then I start moving around to my left. Quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. When I'm in here, I start moving back, and I go quick, quick, slow. So I release my foot in here with a bigger round movement. Let's try. So I open my side a little bit and I relax my foot. Right, I'm on my left and I relax it. Now the other direction, I'm on my right and I open my side a little bit. Let's try moving to the back with a quick, quick, slow and the release of the foot on the slow. I'm on my right and I go quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. Again. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8. Quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. From the top of Applejacks, we were here, right? And we go slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow, and I go to the back, quick, quick, slow, quick, quick, slow. How many times you will see in the music, because the accent is coming again at the end of the phrase. So if you decide to stay on the spot with your Applejacks or to start traveling with it directly, just go for it. It's up to you, as long as you use it. And now, when you are at the end of the phrase, it also doesn't matter which leg it is, if you're on the right and this leg is relaxed, or if you're on the left and this leg is relaxed. Let's assume we are on our right and we were relaxing this leg. Here. With the last Applejacks, we leave it as an anchor here at the back, and we start with an accent with the front foot. Let's try again. I'm on my right. I release in here. I use my anchor, and I start with an accent. Let's try with the other leg. Why not? I'm on my left. I release in here. I use my anchor, so I shift a little bit of my balance to this other leg, and I start with an accent. Now this accent can be used also to turn around. So when I'm in here, I release, I use my anchor, I shift my balance, and I start turning around with a shape. Let's try again. I'm on my right, I release, I use an anchor, shift my balance, and start tapping with a shape to the front. And when I'm here, I just finish my movement with some kind of a round movement, as you feel it. It can be the hip or the upper body. Let's try again. I'm on my right, I release, I have an anchor, and I try with a shape to finish the phrase. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, 8, and an anchor, ha, 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 and the shape, and relax. I think it's going to be much easier if I show it with the music, because it fits the music. Let's try from the top and see later if you have questions. Let's try twice.
Dr. Hyde's people song. Look at you. Dr. Hyde's people song. And it's look at you. You're more than alright. Know you're outside. Gotta shake the thing, mama.
Let's try once again from the top. Shake. Hey! Quick, quick, slow. Release the leg. Quick, quick. The last one. Shake. So as you saw, when we were after our anchor, our taps, and the shape, for example, with an upper body, we release with a shake, 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 and it doesn't matter on which leg. The leg you feel comfortable with, okay? It can be left, it can be right, just shake. And when you hear an accent with the music, be it left leg, be it right leg, you go with the accent, for example, as here, and you try to take this energy and release the leg to do a turn and change the sides from front to the back. So, to show it from a different angle, when we were in here with our anchor and we did our tap, 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 upper body, we then released, 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 and for example with the left body can be right, we did a stomp and we just let our leg travel to relax it with the hip. So again, we're trying to build certain contrasts in our dance, and here we relax it, relax it, relax it. It can be lower body, it can be upper body, doesn't matter, a shake. And there's a decisive contrast, lift the leg, and again, with your center, release the lower part. And it's very easy because after we do the leg thing, we just go 4 times with our hips, however we feel it. 4 times with our body, however we feel it, but we can try changing the side from right to the left. Then with the hip on the other side 4 times. And then with the upper body again, do a round movement, the way you feel it, to the other side. And then we're just left with 2 steps and your improvisation. So let's try everything from the top before we do the final steps. Leg.
Darling, sweet,
And the hip.
oh, always mine.
And the upper body.
Darling, sweet disposition. You know you're always mine. You know that's what you're doing,
And the
baby.
hip.
You know you're
And
outside.
the upper body.
Too much. You're here.
We now stayed a bit longer with the hip and the upper body movement in the last part. So we now will reduce it to fours. 4 on the hip, 4 on the upper body, 4 hip and then 4 upper body again. Let's try from the top.
Got your high sneakers on. Stepping new. Got your high sneakers on. And you're stepping new. You're more than alright. You know you're outside. You gotta shake the feel, mama. That's keeping you upside. Take the feel, mama. Keep me tight. Too much. You know you're outside. Hey, the way you look like the way you kiss me too. The way you do the things you do. The way you kiss me too. My heart is right, that's what's wrong.
The last one.
You know you're outside.
And the shake.
You got a sweet disposition.
And the upper body.
Always mine.
And the hip.
Got a sweet disposition.
And the upper body.
All the time. You know that's what you're doing, baby. You know you're outside. Too much.
In order to finish our choreography, we need 2 steps and your improvisation. So, step number 1 is a cross that you can do as a camel walk. As you probably know, to do a camel walk, you shift your balance from one leg to the other entirely. Shift, 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 shift. And then you go step, cross, step, step, cross, step. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and step, cross, step, step, cross, step, step, cross, step, step, cross, step. 5, 6, 5, 6, 7, and a step, cross, step, a step, cross, step. And then, so we've got 2 crossed camel walks, and then just an accent, so just relax your foot, let it walk to the side, so that it finishes with an accent, or if you prefer the other leg, it can just be the other leg walking. Just make sure that there is some kind of an accent, be it here, the way you want it. And then after this, there comes a part when one and single rhythm is repeated till the end of the phrase. And it's your creativity and your invention what you want to do with it. I can just show you some examples. It's great to use different body parts, think of your body as an instrument, and use isolations to do the rhythm. So let me show you the rhythm of the ending, and we'll do the whole thing together for the last time. with the music as long as you maintain the rhythm. Well, I'm gonna be very curious about your interpretation of this rhythm. I would love to see the videos, how you're gonna interpret this rhythm at the end. Please send them to me. Also, if you feel like receiving some feedback, then also please do. And let's dance the whole thing for one last time together, and then we will say goodbye.
Got your eyes deep in song. Step with you. Got your eyes deep in song. And you're stepping you. You're more than alright. You know you're outside. Gotta shake the feel, mama. That's keeping you up time. Feel mama, keep me tight. Too much, you know you're outside. Hey, the way you do the thing you do, the way you kiss me too, the way you do the thing you do, the way you kiss me too.
Thank you very much for participating in this class, and feel free to contact me if you have questions, need feedback. I hope to see you on the dance floor again soon, and I only have one small request: if you could do at least a small donation to the Swing Revolution through Miasto Studio, where we teach on a regular basis, because we would like the owners of the studio to keep it so that we can organize some great events for you together. Thank you very much, and see you tomorrow.